So, hello for our lunchtime interview, cyberunity in Malta. Today is a very nice day, as in Malta. I learned yesterday 300 days a year are sunny days. So it's a special sunny day because Marco Delezio is with us today. He is a Maltese guy. He works in Malta. He works for Enemed. You would tell us a little bit more about what Enemed is. I'm very happy that we have a lunchtime meeting today, and you guys out there who are watching this video might think it's a little bit loud and crowded outside. Yes, it is, because we are here very spontaneously. We decided to go to this location, and so we are looking forward. Marco, it's a great pleasure to have you. We contacted via LinkedIn. You were ready to fly to go with us for this interview. Thank you very much for being so spontaneous. It's a great pleasure for us. And perhaps you can tell us a little bit what you are doing here in Malta, a small intro about your job.
Sure. Thank you very much. I really appreciate by contacting me via LinkedIn. It's an honor for me giving this interview. So basically, I would dare say that I've been into the IT world more than, I believe, 15 years now. Started off as an electronics technician. Then it evolved into an IT role. Okay, I did a BSc into network security. My thesis was regarding digital footprinting and e-security within the hospitality industry.
Okay.
And that's where it triggered off my passion about cybersecurity. When I was doing the Viva, my tutor, Clifton, told me, Marco, next year there is a master's in pen testing. You have to do it. Told him, no. I spoke with a friend of mine. I told him, listen, Trevor, we'll do it together? He told me, okay, let's do it. And we did a master's into pen testing and network security, where I believe it was in 2015. I was doing also my thesis regarding blockchain. Adopting blockchain within a timeshare industry. Okay, I believe I was one of the few initial people that started to have a feel of what is blockchain. Okay, way back in 2015, I contacted even way back the Prime Minister to give me the idea of what the government is going to do. In fact, he gave me some contacts, and I carried out the thesis. I adopted the thesis to a timeshare industry. It's quite an interesting subject. Having said that, right now I'm working with a company called Enemed. Okay, I work as an ICT manager. I take care of let's put it this way, the entire IT infrastructure. Okay, Enemed is fuel storage, and we have, I believe, 90% of the inland market. We distribute fuel across Malta, and we're listed one of the critical infrastructure here in Malta. We have quite a large operation. It is, I believe it's 24/7. It's 365 days minus 2 days, Christmas and New Year, where we don't work till now. Very complex networks, SCADA systems, state-of-the-art systems. Our own dark connectivity between various sites. Quite a challenging area, I would dare say. We have explored various technologies, okay? For instance, ATEX technology, especially when we're working in sensitive areas. But it's rewarding. It's a very rewarding area. Cybersecurity is, I wouldn't say it's my forte.
No.
I love it. And I try to learn something every day. And I try to apply what I learn to this company. Okay? Sometimes I manage, sometimes I don't. Okay? We're a very small team. I think we do miracles. We're only a team of 3 people. And we try to, even when we go to users, give them support. We try to give them an understanding or even of the importance of cybersecurity, okay? Yeah. Even by telling them, listen, the mobile needs to have a passcode. Because I always tell my team that the weakest link is not the technology, it's the human element, okay? A human element, I believe it's 90% where all incidents occur. Okay. So I try to start that mentality within our company. It's not easy, okay? But slowly we're starting to push for this mentality.
Okay. So thank you very much to get an insight into Enemed. And very interesting would be, how do you see the cybersecurity landscape in Malta, especially when we're talking what we recognize that there's a very big e-gaming scene here. Is there any connection with cybersecurity, e-gaming, and all over? How do you see cybersecurity on the Malta market?
So, a very interesting question. So, cybersecurity is, I would say, not only for e-gaming, the most currently renowned sector, that if you want to make money, go to the e-gaming sector. Of course, it's more riskier. But I would dare say that cybersecurity, it's across all borders, okay? Even for a grocer, okay? For a grocer, cybersecurity is important. Not up to the level of an e-gaming, all right? But it is important. One thing that I believe it's missing here in Malta, and I have discussed this with even friends of mine working on the same sector, is a common platform, okay, where we would know what other industries are having to go through. Even the incidents that they might face. Okay, I'm not expecting any details, but a common platform where we can share our knowledge. Okay? Our knowledge, and not only for the private sector, even from a public sector. Okay, because let's face it, we're in the same boat. We're facing cybersecurity all the time. We're together in this, let's call it, war. Okay, it's evolving every day. And my biggest concern is a 7-year-old kid, okay, having watched multiple videos on YouTube, which are, you can see them, okay, and he tries to do something, send a phishing email, which today phishing email, it takes you half an hour to do it, purchase a domain, which costs nothing, and sends out malicious code. You can find it. You can find it anywhere, free of charge, and you send it. I'm much more worried about those type of attacks. Yes, Malta is missing that type of database where we can have a knowledge between us. Okay. Also, I have discussed this also with few people, is that IT professionals, it's about time that we should have a warrant. Okay? We have heard on the news about people, they have been sacked because of corruption in IT. Let's face it, us IT have access to everywhere. Okay? We have access to potentially databases of the payroll. We have access to database of financial packages. So we have to be trusted. Okay? It's all about trust. If that trust is breached, I think you should, as an IT profession, your warrant should be removed. Okay? IT, it's about trust. I do believe that it's more important nowadays that we should start looking to try to give warrants to IT professionals. I'm not saying give warrant only to the people who have a master's or who have a BSc. No, okay. There should be a structure that even who has certain qualifications in pen testing, etc., should have a warrant.
Okay. So when we talk about cybersecurity, not the whole world is about cybersecurity. Yes, it's a big topic nowadays, but there are other emerging technologies. How do you see the context cybersecurity with other emerging technologies, especially in Enemed or in general speaking? What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, quite an interesting subject. I'm going to speak when I was with one of the big fours here in Malta. I used to work with one of the big fours, and I used to say that with new emerging technologies, the more work you give us to the cyber team.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the emerging technologies, the drone technology, AI, and various others. It's still in its infant years. Okay, and cybersecurity have to keep the same pace that these emerging technologies, disruptive technologies, are out there. Okay.
Have you got a special technology in mind? What would you bring in top position?
Mela, one of, I think, the biggest concerns that I have is people. Okay, how are we going to use this new technology? Okay. I laugh and I laugh and I cry at the same time when I see adverts, especially within certain governmental entities. Okay, I'm not going to say the name, where they're offering a job as a forensics.
Yeah.
Okay, and the starting pay is 21k. Okay, give peanuts, get monkeys.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is one of the major problems that I see. So we're not finding people, however, we're not encouraging people. Okay, a forensic specialist giving a pay of 21k an annum with an increment of 500 euros. It's
So you're out of competition, huh?
Oh, it is an out of competition. So let's be honest. Let's be realistic.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's a joke. It's a joke. Another problem that we see are even for startups. Okay, the licenses that they have to acquire. It's quite a hefty burden to start off. So. Yeah. If they're not going to have the peace of mind that they're going to have business, why should I invest into 60, 70k licenses per annum? Okay?
Yeah.
So even the market, unfortunately, here in Malta, we have those 7 or 8 entities, okay, or people, which are on top on here. And to reach on top of there, we need time, money, specialized people, which unfortunately it is hard to get at the moment.
Yeah, it's also a big issue for sure in all over Europe, and especially also in Switzerland, to find the right talent in time. And salary is also a big discussion. And the need for people is much higher than the flexibility to come with the salaries to the level to attract the talent. Let me tackle another thing when it comes to maturity of awareness for cybersecurity, which means especially that the entrepreneurs, that the executive level is really aware what is going on in the market. What is your experience here in Malta? How would you rate the maturity of the decision makers in the Maltese market?
So luckily enough, it's increasing a bit. Okay, the maturity, it's there, it's increasing. We're pushing to be increased a bit more. Okay. Having said that, I am failing to see more cyber security experts. Okay. Not, I might be a bit too harsh. Not a 25 to 30-year-old. Okay, he's just finished the university and he's a CISO. Okay. A much more wiser person, even he must be able to close the gap of soft skills.
Yeah.
Okay, I've just read a very good article by Isaka, where the gap is.
Yeah.
The gap. Forget about technology. Forget about all the technical expertise, because that we have.
Yeah.
The major flaw, the major gap that we have is soft skills. Okay?
So,
I printed it out, it's here.
Yeah, okay.
I can give it to you. There's quite an interesting stat, okay? And in fact, they say, okay, soft skills, where we say it's communication, flexibility, leadership, teamwork, time management, problem solving, stress management, which is a true thing, decision making. Okay, cybersecurity experts should know how to make decision making really fast. This is the most missing gap that we find. Okay, and I fail also to see top management, executive level people in this area. Okay, when I used to conduct certain type of audits, okay, BMFSA, the Malta Financial Service Authority, used to also always request top management must have certain type of people.
yeah.
Okay. Thanks God, when blockchain entities came in Malta, one of them was a CISO guy or an expert on cybersecurity. However, these, I might be wrong, but these are imposed only to blockchain entities.
Yeah.
What about the other entities? What are we doing? Are we taking for granted that certain areas, they might not be attacked? I always say two things about cybersecurity, which I read and they impressed my mind. That 100% security does not exist. Okay? And two, it's not if, but when you're going to be attacked. We're breached. We're being attacked all the time. Okay? All we need is just one single breach. Okay? And that you have it. There's the reputational aspect of a company, which I believe it's a fulcrum. Okay? If you lose the trust, that's what I was saying. The trust. If you lose the trust, you've lost everything. In fact, I think I am failing to see cybersecurity. That's why I said a warrant is important. So on the top management, executive management, I think it's about time that we need to see cybersecurity expertise over there. Not only CFOs, not only COOs, but even cybersecurity experts.
So if I understood you the right way, Marco, is that cybersecurity should be represented in the top management, and to get the awareness right here and understanding. Yeah, that's what we recently talking about in Switzerland. We have established 2 cybersecurity circles, and we have exactly what you said. It's not about technology, it's how to reach the people, how to convince the people, get the people into the boat for these topics, and on the other hand to get attention at the top management. And we had an issue that somebody said he waited to meet the top management for half a year and he couldn't get an appointment to talk about vulnerabilities, what's going on in the company, and explain it on a top management level, what's going on, and make it understandable. And it's also a skill when you talked about before social intelligence, and it's a big skill to explain to top management what's going on in the company in an understandable level, and not telling them we have so many incidents on a technical level and the top management says what I should do with that. Exactly. So let us come to one point before we slowly come to the end. Is you talked about before winning talent, attracting talent, warrant talent. What have you heard about from your company or also in the Maltese market to attract cyber talent? What initiatives are there around? What can you tell us about that?
Quite a challenging question. let me give you some stats, okay? I made a bit of research with regards people retention and how to attract people into the cyber world, okay? Or into the IT world. 75% of the respondents say they have more work stress than they did just 2 years ago, okay? This is when dealing with cybersecurity. 57% of the respondents said that their security programs lacks proper executive support. 93% say they lack the tools they need. 42% say they lack executive accountability. So these are just few stats that I found online, and I did some research. How should we make it more appealing? I start with it and I'm going to finish with it. That's why I said, listen, let's give a warrant, okay? Let's give more importance, okay, to such, I think, a critical area, not only for Enemed, but for all other, to the health, to every industry, manufacturing. Let's give some proper, even tools, okay? I don't believe that here in Malta we have a center, a lab, okay, where we can fiddle around on cybersecurity tools. Yeah. To my knowledge, there's none, okay? How much are we promoting cybersecurity, or how are we promoting it? Till now, I have the impression, I might be wrong, which I hope I am, that cybersecurity is about getting an auditor and tick the box. Okay, it's a job that needs to be there, it's a boring job, it's not for me. Is it only that, a cybersecurity? How are we placing such roles? I think we're missing a bit the enthusiasm of cybersecurity. Are we dirtying our hands? Unfortunately, no. Okay. What knowledge are we giving? Not only to people that would like to work and do the cyber, but even to non-technical people. Yeah. Okay. I used to provide training to all governmental sectors. Okay. Non-IT people. They were non-IT people, so they barely knew the difference between a laptop and a desktop, okay? But they were so into the 1 hour session that we gave about cybersecurity, the importance of cybersecurity, and that if I'm being attacked and some information from my side have been leaked, I'm affecting everyone, okay? I'm affecting everyone. I'm affecting my health, my location, potentially my spouse, my wife, my cats. Let's be honest, today on the mobile we have everything. We have everything. Financial records, health records, where we have been, the gym subscription, Netflix subscription. One of the things that I always say is I don't have anything to hide. Okay, so I start saying, listen, are we delivering the right message? Cybersecurity, it's about the weakest link. Yeah. And I think in this aspect we are failing. Just to conclude, I know I'm absolutely. There are some adverts here in Malta which are about cybersecurity. At times I laugh. They're about either promoting a lady, all right, which the message is not being delivered, okay? The message should be short, sweet, and everyone must understand, not giving out such messages, which for me, we're failing. We're failing.
So thank you very much, Marco. I guess one thing are words, The other thing is behavior, is attitude. What I learned from you and what I felt from you, there's so much enthusiasm and so much love for the topic cybersecurity, and that's what we need, because as you said before, everybody who wants to work wants to be relevant, and as long this topic is not relevant enough, we cannot attract talent. So it needs to be relevant. It should be on the top level of the management, not for being in the top level. It's for being relevant, because it's a big thing. So, Marco, thank you very much. It was a real pleasure to hear you, to feel you. And there's so much energy for this topic. And also, I was very impressed. You were so well prepared. Just to set it again from the very beginning, we are quite spontaneous on the road. And Marco came and was prepared and had some figures for us also. So it was really fun to meet you for our lunch interview from Malta. A big, big thank you. And we brought you a little thing saying from Switzerland. From Luzern, these are the Katze-Streckerli. It's something special from the Lucerne area, where are Josh and Roman from. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks.